Hi everyone. So today let us start with the behavioral round of question. Let's see. Yes, yes. Let's focus on this. So this is a quite common issue we face in our day-to-day products that we work or day-to-day standards features we build. How do you prioritize items in sprints? What happens if there is an urgent request in middle of sprint? So it is quite common. So first I would describe I do have multiple situation in my past faced this situation where I have had to uh, see to urgent request for a new feature or a change in the requirement. So the situation is how do you uh, integrate those changes in the middle of a sprint, or how do you prioritize items in a sprint? So first we will answer or describe a situation. How do we prioritize items in sprint? So in my previous products that I was working on or I'm currently working, I'm taking example of the current product that I'm working on. So the current product is a or a feature is a we are actually building a dynamic system for the solution which was earlier for the manual one. So if I can give a brief about the product that I am describing. So this is a newsletter or a report we share, we send to customers on a monthly basis. So a monthly report on the email for customers. Now what this report contains, since this is the current company that I work on, it is a utility management solution. So we provide a utility management reports, alerts, notifications, how their energy has been consumed, what are the different appliances that has been consuming their particular energy, and what are the different steps or solution recommendation they can take. We provide everything on that report. So the email that we send, it is a fixed format of email for customers. So currently we are looking to dynamically adjust the elements of the email of this, let's say the energy report emails that we send to the customer. So how do we prioritize is based on the customer's urgent need criteria for the long term solution, time the feature has been in the backlog, also time it takes to develop. So I would, if I have to prioritize, these are all the criteria that we take into account, because the request for the features or the changes comes from multiple buckets. It comes from the customer success team, it comes from the sales team, it comes from directly from the customers who are end user direct using those reports. So it comes from all these things. So we have a bi-weekly meeting of the product team, that, and we share what are the different features, or there is a discussion, and we decide what are the key features or the some of the features that we can take up this quarter or take up this sprint. So that is all discussed. But besides that, this is a product level discussion that we have. Besides that, the different charters we have with the development team, with the technical team, there also the daily stand-ups that we are part of. There it is discussed, or different system altogether. Prioritization for features or for features also happens over there. But this product also happens. So there is a two ways segues where we discuss all those things at a product level and at the stand-up calls that is usually done daily or twice a week. So these are some of the criteria we choose. So the features, if we get, so what is the long-term impact of this feature? Whether this is going to be solving a really large section of the customers, pain point for the last section of the customers, how many users are being impacted for particular this features. So we take that into account, and also the time it will take for the development, because development team provides an estimation for the timing, because their estimation is based on multiple factors like the resources available, because not all the members have worked on that particular feature. So we need particular person who has been working on this. So there may be a time where they are into some other task, involved into some other activity, and attending to a priority or urgent call need. So that also is taken into account, and that estimation is taken from the team, that how much time it will take to complete this development, and whether we can prioritize this or move things ahead or change the priority listing. So that is done. And if moving on to second round, if there is an urgent request in the middle of, so this urgent request, if I were to describe that this urgent, in my previous company, the product I was working on, this urgent request management, or we also call this change request management, because that is quite common from stakeholders. The request can come from stakeholders, and that stakeholders can be client team, sales team, customer such team. They can be the stakeholders. So the I have written this down from a priority wise, because the request from the client or the customer, that is at the top level priority. That request is directly from the customers who are going to use those features or the particular changes they are asking for. So that is the priority level one for us. So we document those requests into the change management section of our requirement document. And now why this is done is so that it does not alter or change the original development goals or our plan, because once that we introduce those changes or do urgent level work in the middle of a sprint, then that is going to take the significant resources, or the it is going to alter the development plans or the phase wise sprint planning that we have done. It's going to change or uh, uh, make significant changes to all the planning that we have done. So we try to uh, uh, talk with the client team, and that help them understand that the changes requested, how they will impact, that the changes requested will impact the development plan or the features priority that we have done. So sometimes it takes one-to-one meetings or a simple explanation of different things involved in taking on those change requests at the current level or in the middle of a sprint. But sometimes it escalates into involving multiple stakeholders with different priorities or different uh, interest level in that features, and it directly solves or gets into some form of conclusion. But there have been multiple instances where we had to take the change request from the client in the middle of a sprint, because generally there is a you say a weekly, not weekly but quarterly, not quarterly, monthly or a bi-monthly meeting with the customer team or the development sales team or the team to discuss the backlog or the things we are working on, and so what we are building on, what is the progress. So that kind of a thing is there. So in that they may ask for certain changes or introduce something they want to be changed. So there we need to take a call, we discuss with them, we discuss and try to point out the different things that would be impacted with the changes they are suggesting. So just to rewind what we have, summarize what I have just said, that we prioritize items in the sprint by the goal of which particular solution or the feature is going to have the maximum impact on the product, which one is the uh, critical part of a product. So that how we prioritize and prioritize. Second part comes the development team availability, resources, time management, estimation for this. That also needs to be taken care of. So by prioritizing, we take this multiple. And how do we handle this urgent request? Sometimes we had a one-to-one call discussing with the client team, with the customer team, that how that change they are suggesting might impact the development goals for the sprint, or the particular resource is not able. So there are multiple things we can do. Otherwise, there is an escalation framework. We try to add this into change management process, that if that is present in our functional document, and we explain to them that there is a process, because that is how, if you do not have a process, then things become quite messy for long-term building of this product and so on. So that would be all, and let's solve something. We can we'll solve something, some other question on in the next video. And also currently I am trying to build an MCP server for this OBS studio, and see if I can am able to successfully build that. I will share walkthrough or explanation of how I build it. So that should be all. And let me know if anyone has feedback or comments. That's all. Thank you.